Joe, billions and billions and billions and billions of eggs are stolen every day. Yes, that's also a very painful chapter of animal suffering, and one that leaves deep, lasting scars.
Today, we dive into serious issues. Our guest is someone who howls against injustice, a lawyer, an activist, and a warrior for those who have no voice. Please welcome Wolf Ema, whose dedication and hard work have made a remarkable impact in the animal field.
Thank you, Joe, for the invitation. I'm glad to be here.
You're a lawyer who specializes in animal rights. What led you to focus on this field?
Because animals can't advocate for themselves. They suffer the consequences of human decisions.
Do you ever feel like you might snap and bite someone?
Of course! They deserve nothing better. At times I feel like summoning my entire pack. But sadly, the lawyer's code of conduct doesn't allow that kind of fun.
Let's talk about some real animal legal issues. Legally speaking, could a horse be evicted from its own historical habitat simply because he doesn't have a registered address? And if it's not registered, does that technically make him a squatter?
No. A horse can't be evicted for not having a registered address, and he certainly can't be a squatter.
Does the Fourth Amendment protect a horse? Can he refuse to show ID if humans don't have reasonable suspicion against him?
Horses don't have ID, but as free living beings, they have the right to eat, sleep, and live wherever they want. The absurdity of the question about displacement highlights the real problem.
Humans assume they have the right to displace others. They've done this to their own kind.
Remember how they took land from Native American or Aboriginal people and pushed them into reservations?
It's not enough for them to take the land. They tear down our jungle and build a concrete one instead.
How is that kind of behavior justified, Ema?
It's not, but there are countless examples of that. In South America, forests are being cleared to plant rubber trees, which raises an uncomfortable question for environmentally conscious activists. If they claim to be environmentally aware, why are they still driving cars that rely on rubber tires?
In Africa, rainforests are wiped out to grow cocoa. Is chocolate really that essential to human survival?
Right! As essential as an ID for a horse. If those activists are really green, why don't they give up chocolate? And why don't they stop pretending that chocolate is a cute, harmless gift?
Is it truly necessary that animals pay a bitter price for human pleasures? Has any activist ever chained themselves to a tree stump on a cocoa plantation?
Yeah, they are hypocrites. Why do these enlightened activists insist on using triple-ply toilet paper? Why do they take their children to zoos to normalize the idea of captive animals? Why don't they take them instead to prisons, the human version of zoos?
Are humans really so cruel that they cage animals and then double lock the door?
Joe, double locking cages is the smallest of their problems, but it perfectly illustrates pointless cruelty.
Just like pointless animal rights organizations. Are they actually helping animals, or are they mostly helping themselves financially?
I won't say all of them are the same, but the majority appear to be focused on drawing money from the state budget. The animals see little real benefit from them. Don't they realize that the greatest help would be simply leaving us alone?
We could survive perfectly fine without them. They couldn't survive without us.
Is it legal that humans load a donkey with 100 kilos and then casually walk alongside him?
Horses, donkeys, llamas, cows, they work all day and are paid with a handful of oats and a sugar cube.
Unfortunately, it's legal according to human law, but ethically it's completely unacceptable.
Isn't it ironic that animal laws are far more humane than human ones?
Why are they even called humans when they act so inhumanely? For them, killing is a sport.
Picture this. A so-called civilized man in a suit pays for a safari trip to Kenya.
There he hires a guide, takes a rifle, and shoots a sleeping lion from a safe distance. Then he proudly displays the lion's stuffed head on his wall, calling it a trophy.
What kind of trophy is that exactly? If bravery is the point, let him face the lion barehanded. Then, and only then, he can talk about trophies.
What about fishing? The killing of whales? The captivity of dolphins? Or keeping goldfish in aquariums under unfishy conditions?
Overfishing is a huge problem, but my legal work focuses on land animals. What's truly disturbing is that all of this is legal because humans wrote the laws to benefit themselves.
Joe, it's like letting dogs write the laws and then legalizing biting anyone.
That signature is stamped on every law humans write. Self-interest always comes first.
And what about poisoning ecosystems and wiping out bees? All perfectly legal, right?
Yes, whole bee populations are being wiped out with chemicals humans have legalized. What about the extinction of whole species? Does anyone still remember how bison were hunted almost to oblivion?
What about testing cosmetics and drugs on animals? It's also legal, but more importantly, is it ethical? Humans proudly wear makeup, but what they're really wearing is animal suffering. They call that beauty.
Ema, I think those creams are ridiculous. How can a cream tell whether it's night or day?
Oh, there's a whole science behind skincare. For example, retinol is used at night. You don't want to wear that in the sun. Humans completely lose their common sense when it comes to skincare. You wouldn't believe the stuff they rub into their skin.
I've literally seen them cover themselves in mud, like wild boars having a mud party.
Humans seriously think that all those chemicals and mud masks will make their skin glow. They want their skin to shine like a dog's fur after an egg-stealing mission in the hen house.
How does the legal system define taking eggs from a chicken?
Joe, billions and billions and billions and billions of eggs are stolen every day. From a human perspective, chicken eggs belong to people, not to the hens who laid them.
But when a fox comes along and steals 2 eggs, then it's considered a real crime. Double standards apply. This isn't an exception, it's how the system works.
What about animals' freedom of speech? Is there any improvement?
Improvements? Don't make me laugh. Dogs aren't even allowed to bark anymore.
And parrots better watch what they say, or they risk getting plucked like chickens before slaughter.
And what about the human death factories, known as slaughterhouses?
As for the death factories, the so-called slaughterhouses, I wouldn't even want to open that topic. It's heartbreaking what happens there. I really don't want to get into that conversation right now.
I completely understand you, just like I wouldn't want to talk about castration either.
Yes, that's also a very painful chapter of animal suffering, and one that leaves deep, lasting scars. However, castration is a one-time event, while animals endure pain every single day.
They're held in circuses, zoos, chained up, crammed in tiny cages, walked on leashes.
They are kept on farms in cruel conditions, evicted, robbed of land, eggs, children. The list goes on and on.
We've been hard on humans, but some of them really care for animals. I'm talking about veterinarians here.
They're the only ones who truly made an effort to help animals, although even among them there are a few Dr. Mengele types. We have to be grateful for children who are kind to us and love us even more than some humans.
I fully agree with you. Thank you for joining us and for everything you do to fight for our rights.
Joe, I had a wonderful time talking with you. Thank you for having me on the show.
That's it, dear viewers. This was our lovely lawyer, Ema. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support us on Patreon.
In the upcoming episode,
I will build Great Dam all across our southern border. Very inexpensive.
Art is the moment when chaos finds purpose and beauty finds truth.
We are close to developing the ability for direct communication with humans.
Don't ask what Siberia can do for you, but what you can do for Siberia.
Behind every powerful lion stands a fearless lioness. That's the one and only truth.
I did not have any sexual relations with that woman.
Humans are often superstitious about us, and they are right.
Remember me? Do you know who the next guest is going to be? It's time to reveal the truth.